Hey folks, today's video is, I had a question from a gentleman the other day, so I thought I'd do a little bit of video on it. He asked me if he knows I like to fish a crankbait. So he asked me what kind of crankbait I would have tied on for all year round. In other words, something I could fish in the late winter, spring, summer, fall, and up until the late fall. When we ice over here, of course, you can't really fish anyway, so it doesn't really matter, so you're not going to catch them. But you can catch them like it's a year round. And the first bait that I would have would be just a, 1.5. Doesn't matter what brand. This here happens to be a Lucky Craft, an old Lucky Craft one. But you can catch any of them. The Strike King ones, Arc makes one, everybody makes one. Even some of your balsa ones that are, the 1.5 side work good too. But that's number one that I would throw. The second thing I would throw is something with a little less of a wide wobble. So I would go to something like, you have something like this here is a, it's one of the Berkeley fish sides, and that's another bait that I would throw. Your Lucky Crafts and your 1.5s, all your 1.5s generally have a kind of a wider wobble. When you go to your Berkeley, it's a little bit of a narrower wobble, so, not kind of tight, so it works pretty good. The other one I'd have on would be just a DT6. Perfect bait, perfect depth, good hooks, everything works real well on this bait, and it kind of has, a tight wobble to it too. So that's another one that I like to throw. The other one I like to throw is, this happens to be a custom bait. This one here is made out in Tennessee. It's one of the Tennessee custom baits, and it dials about the same thing, about 6 to 7 foot, but it's got a little bit wider wobble to it. So that's the other one that I like to throw. Any of these type PH custom makes one. This here happens to be a jawjacker made in Tennessee. So any of those type baits will work. Now, color wise, basically keep it simple. I want something that's, a crawdad collar. I want something in a shad collar. And of course, you always want something in a, a chartreuse collar. See if I can get one out here. Some type of chartreuse pattern collar. So, here we go. I can get one on out here. Just a chartreuse black back, perch collar, any of that type of collar works good. So keep it kind of basic, but that's what you're looking at when I'm throwing. It's a bait that you can throw year round basically and catch fish. Nothing special. Rod and reels. I throw basically. This is a impulse cranking rod. 6-3-to-1 reel. I like to throw these on. They're just a crankbait rod. Another impulse crankbait rod. Just the same thing. Crankbait. Anywhere line size, anywhere the line size, I'm using 10 to 12. So that's what I'm throwing when I'm throwing these type of baits here on the 1.5s. So hope these tips help you out. You can catch these fish year round. So hey, good fishing, everybody. Thank you all very much for watching.